camp different from the start of last camp? When you were just taking over, you were new to being a starter. How is this camp different now that you've got that year under your belt?
I think just experience, like you said, I had a whole year of experience coming in this camp. I have a different vibe about it, different feeling. I just have more experience about it, I've gone through a little bit more, and I feel like I have a different approach coming in this camp.
You're walking around to the different position groups once it's over. Is that part of this leadership mantle that you're starting to take on?
Yeah, I think that's the role of the quarterback and the role of other people on the team. He's talking to other players on the team. I'm just a social guy, just talking to other guys about practice, about different stuff that happened in it. I'm just talking to guys on the team about stuff like that.
How do you feel physically from last year to this year? How does it feel with the lost weight? You feel in a little better shape?
Yeah, no, I feel great. Yes, sir, 100%. Weight-wise, feel great. Feel like I'm moving around, definitely 100% better. I feel light on my feet, man. Just feel ready to go. Sure.
DJ, from what we've seen so far in camp, you look super accurate. But we heard from Coach Sweeney all last season at practice you were the same way. What's the key to taking that from practice field to the game?
I think taking it from the practice field to the game is just confidence, man. From the reps in the practice, getting the confidence of the receivers, getting confidence from the tight ends, running backs, and then just confidence between yourself coming out to the game. I think that's a big deal.
Dabo said earlier this week, you're so much quicker. You're making plays with your feet now that you didn't think you might have been able to make last season. Is that something you're feeling too?
I think, yeah, 100%. Definitely feeling lighter, feeling more agile. I worked a lot of that spring, summer, getting quicker on my feet, getting faster. So I 100% feel that.
Can you feel your command? Sorry, down here.
Yeah.
Can you feel your command on this offense different from last year to this?
I definitely can. No, I definitely agree with that. I think I definitely can, just from the reasons, from just experience, like I said. But also, I think just having a better feel of it, going through it, different. I feel like I've seen different pictures, knowing kind of what to do, how to talk to guys a little differently, and know my teammates a little bit better now after a whole year. Different stuff that can get them going.
DJ, what specifically did you work on with your mechanics in the offseason, like footwork and also maybe something in the field?
Yeah, a lot of stuff Coach Streeter talked about coming from the season. Different stuff, mechanics, footwork, having a nice base, and your feet underneath you, be able to move around the pocket, just having just the same release every time.
Have you noticed that sort of a difference out
Yes, sir.
there?
Yeah, no, it's been a big difference. Yes, sir.
How so?
Just being more consistent, with my base. All starts with your base, and I feel like with me having a good solid base, that comes out with, and that's what the main part of the throw is.
What are receivers that are standing out to you so far?
There's a lot, man. There's been a lot of receivers. John Goddard's had a really good camp. Antonio Williams, EJ, Bo. For the most part, everyone on the receiver group's had a really good camp. Everyone's been locked in. They've all just been eager and hungry. So that's the best thing to see is you got receivers out there hungry to make plays and eager to come out, come get extra reps after practice. So that's been good to see.
With Antonio in particular, what do you feel like he can bring to the offense?
He can bring a spark, man. He's a hell of a player. He's a guy who can make everybody miss. I've seen that a couple times in practice, and his speed might not show as well as it does in the game. His 40 time might not be as fast as it does in practice here. In practice right now, he flies around, and he's super fast. He has real game speed, so that's really good to see.
We've heard that Adam Randall's consistently been one of the faster guys out here. I know he's still kind of getting back in the mold of things, but is that a guy you're excited to throw to?
100%, man. Whenever he comes healthy, man, Adam Randall, man, he had a great spring. And I know what he's been doing out here on the field, not be able to go live and stuff like that, coming off an injury. But I know we had catapult testing, and one day he was the fastest receiver out here. He's still in the brace and the yellow jersey. So it's been really good to see.
What kind of ceiling do you think this guy can have as just a true freshman?
I think sky's the limit for him, man. He has a great mindset. He can do whatever he wants to do if he puts his mind to it. So I'm excited to see him play.
What about getting Will Taylor back? How much of a weapon can he be for you?
He's a hell of a weapon, man. Will Taylor, man, he's a great guy, smart receiver, super quick, super shifty, and gets real good in and out of breaks. So I'm excited to see him play.
What do you see in Bo this year? Could he be the number one best receiver on this team? Is he ready for something like that?
I think, whatever Bo puts his mind to, I think as long as Bo, Joe, and all the other receivers on our team, man, I think they could be as good as they want to be as long as they put their mind, put the dedication, put the work in. I think they'll be great. Everybody will be great.
So what the offense needs to get to, as an ending mark, where do you feel like it is kind of in that journey so far?
Can you repeat that, my bad?
Just where the offense needs to get to, how close do you feel like y'all are to being where you need to be?
I think we're right there, man. Going through camp, the main part of camp is every day we're not going to be perfect. Every day we might not be the best day. Another day it might be great, but the main thing about camp is being consistent, getting better each and every day, and not making the same mistake twice. Learn from the mistakes from today and not doing that same mistake tomorrow. I think that's the main thing in camp. so far we've been doing a really good job of that, not making the same mistake twice. So it's been good to see.
TJ, has having Cade behind you, has that been good for you?
I think Cade, man, he's had a great camp. He's killed it. He's done a really good job. He's just a cool guy, man, cool person. He's just a great friend, man, and he brings life and energy to the team, man. So I'm excited, man. Excited for him.
Is that a different dynamic this year for you, having somebody behind you like that, like different from last year?
I mean, there's always been quarterbacks behind me, but Cade, he's done a very good job of understanding the playbook. He's done a really good job of coming out here in practice and bringing that energy and just having a great level of consistency, man. It's been good to see.
So for you, what do you want to accomplish? What would be a success in your eyes for the scrimmage tomorrow for you personally?
I think would be consistent, man. You know, work on the down and distance, knowing each and every down, and then not making the mistakes, making the easy plays, making the layups. I think it's the big thing. You come out there in a scrimmage, you don't want to go and you don't have to do too much. I think the main thing for us as an offense is that we get all 11 guys to do their job, and we'll just roll down the field and we'll be 100% perfect. So as long as we can get everyone to do their job, I think that's the main goal for us tomorrow.
TJ, you really had to play with musical centers last season. How helpful has it been to have Will step up and be that guy for you, consistent center?
It's been great, man. You know, Will, he's done a really good job with snaps. He hasn't had one bad snap all fall camp. Fall camp last year was a little different. He had a couple bad snaps with centers, but this fall camp, Coach Sweeney talked about it too. It's been money. So center's been the least of our worries. And Putnam, he's done an amazing job. He's been a leader up there on the front, making all the points and calls. So he's done a really good job.
Is there anything that would keep this offense from achieving the goals that you guys have set for yourselves?
Yeah, I think it's just ourselves, man. If we don't shoot ourselves in the foot and we don't do the mistakes that we're not supposed to do, and we don't step on our own toes, we don't do that, I think we'll be perfectly fine. As long as we don't do that, we'll be 100% good.
We saw Coach Sweeney earlier getting pretty animated with you guys. So I was wondering if you could give an idea as to what kind of things was he kind of getting on you guys about. It was during the open period whenever we were allowed to be.
I'm trying to think about when that happened. Coach Sweeney, I mean, he's just an animated coach, man. I think the main thing is that he demands greatness, and that's great as a head coach, man. When you demand greatness from your players, and he wants that out of everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a walk-on, scholarship, starter, if you're third string, it doesn't matter. He demands greatness out of everybody. I think this shows the amount of how good of a coach he is, and Coach Sweeney. And I think that's why he's been so good for so long, is that it doesn't matter. Each and every camp, he's the same year since I've been here. He's been the same guy, and he's been consistent, and he preaches consistency. So it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, he's going to get on them, and he's going to treat them like how he does everybody else, exactly the same.
The tight ends, what stands out about that group, and how do you see?
Tough, man. Tight ends, I know Coach Streeter said it. We got a tough physical group of tight ends, also athletic. So it's been real good to see. Real deep at tight end. Got a lot of tight ends that can go, a lot of tight ends that can catch and run routes and also block. So it's been great.
TJ, being a little lighter on your feet, able to break containment a little bit easier, how do you think your added mobility can help this offense this year?
I think it definitely played a big role. I know in our offense, the quarterback's got to be able to run. So that was a big thing for me this year, is to be able to be a threat with my feet whenever I could be. If I had to escape the pocket, scramble, make a play, if I had to run the ball, pull it, and get downfield and make a run.
TJ, what do you see from Hunter Johnson? How's he fit into this group?
He's cool, man. Hunter Johnson's a real cool guy. Old, he's like a veteran. Still I'm trying to come up with a nickname for him because we have 2 Hunters on the team, so trying to come up with a nickname for him. But he's been cool, man. He's been a great presence in the quarterback and also in the locker room. You know, it brings a different perspective. Coming in the 6th year, being a real older guy, kind of seen a lot of pictures of playing quarterback, been to another college, also come back to Clemson. So it's been cool to be able to pick his brain and just be able to be a friend.
I know he's working on being a quarterback to back you up, but in what ways do you see him as a possible coach?
Shoot, I think one thing that can make him a great coach is that he does a really good job of relationships. You know, with teammates, you see him, he's only been here for a little while, but the relationships he builds with his teammates, and a lot of people have a lot of respect and a lot of trust for him. So I think that's a big thing. Being a coach is that you want to have your players trust, and also you want them to be able to trust you, be able to depend on you, and I think that's one thing that's going to make him a great coach if he decides to be a coach one day.
TJ, what do you think these practices at Jervy in particular help you guys accomplish?
I think Coach Sweeney said it, man. You know, definitely sucks being out here at Jervy. It's not nothing easier, but you know, coming out here, it's harder. But you know what? Going into the season, it's going to get hard. I mean, as the hard gets hard, you got to learn to deal with it. You know, you just got to be able to deal with hard better. That's one thing Coach Sweeney's been preaching this camp, is that when the going gets hard, you just got to be able to deal with hard better. So that's why we come out here in Jervy. It's a little bit tougher, as he says. So it's been great.
TJ, I think Coach Richardson said some of the offensive tweaks are going to allow this offense to better take advantage of some of the open patches of grass that the defense gives you. From your vantage point, what does that look like, and can you help explain that from a quarterback's perspective?
Yeah, Coach Rich, what he's talking about is that different plays. They have different options. There's different coverages basically. So, I mean, cover 2 receiver can break this way, and versus another coverage he can break that way. If you can see another coverage, he can sit. Just giving us different options on each play to work versus multiple different coverages. So, it's been good. I like it.
DJ, when you see the talent in someone as hungry as Cade, do you feel like you have someone on your heels?
Oh man, shoot, Cade brings that hunger, man. It's been a great deal to work with him, man. You know, he brings the energy each and every day, and he does a great job of coming out here and doing his job. And the level of consistency he brings as a young guy coming in, it's been great to see, and I'm excited for him, man. He's gonna have a great year this year.
You mentioned the offense not beating itself. Just what's the execution been like in terms of turnovers, penalties, drop passes, things like that?
It's been good, man. Offense, we've done a really good job this fall camp with completions, not as many turnovers, and also just consistency. So it's been good to see. We've done a really good job this fall camp.
You mentioned Streeter a few times. What's that relationship like with y'all now that you've worked together for a few months now?
It's been good, man. You know, Coach Streeter, I have a really good relationship with him. I have a lot of confidence in what he does and the way he coaches, and I have a lot of trust in him. So it's been really great to be able to have him come to offensive coordinator and just be able to be with him for the last 2.5 years.
I think Grisham said he has like a lot of papers. He's very detail oriented. Have you seen that from him?
Yeah,
Or what's he kind of
he's
like to
very
work
detailed.
with? Yeah.
He's very detailed. He used to work with a lot of. He never used like an iPad before. He always had papers. So it's like this January made a big transition to getting an iPad. So it's been cool, man. But he's real detailed with his stuff, and he wants stuff done his way, and he looks to the finest details. And I like that a lot about him, man. He doesn't let little things slide. And I feel like that's a big thing coming in being offensive coordinator. You can't let those little things slide.
TJ had a chance to speak with Cade a couple weeks ago, and he talked about what a great mentor you've been and how much you've kind of helped him get up to speed. Is that something that's important to you, kind of helping the younger guys out as they get acclimated to the college game?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I take pride in that. I want everyone in the quarterback room to be able to be their best, and I want Hunter Johnson, Hunter Helms, Billy Wiles, Trent Pierman, and Cade Klubnik. I want everyone to be their best. So in any way I can be able to help them see different pictures and see different stuff like that, or just to be able to be a help for them. So I want them to be able to be themselves and reach that potential of whatever the sky's the limit for them.
Do you keep track of your completion percentage?
We have a chart, but me personally, no. I don't go like look at completion percentage. I mean, I kind of know in my head how many passes I complete today or how many passes I didn't. But we have charts. We have people that chart them down and stuff like that.
Is there any confusion, or has there been any confusion where receivers are trying to read a route and maybe bring the coverage on anything like that? Is that something that is a concern at all, or has that been pretty smooth for you guys?
For the most part, it's been smooth, man. The receivers done a really good job. Coach Gibson's done a good job with them, teaching them different pictures and seen a lot of looks. And it's been good, man. Receivers have responded well to the different adjustments and different changes like that. So they've done a really good job.
Is using the middle of the field been an emphasis anymore at all, or has it been about the same for that?
I mean, I think in the last couple of years, we've tried to use the middle of the field. So, I mean, for the most part, I think it's been exactly the same.
Is it difficult from a quarterback's perspective to not know exactly what route the receiver's going to be running at snap?
Not at all. I mean, for us, we're just reading the same thing. So we're reading the same coverage, and as long as we talk about what I want and what he wants, and he knows exactly what I'm on the page with, we're going to be in the right window. So it hasn't been that bad.
Anybody else? Thanks, DJ.
Thank you.